Hello everyone and welcome to another really awesome game. It's from round 2 of the Rapid Blitz tournament. We are now covering Etienne Nepomniachtchi versus Etienne Bacrot, and it features a very interesting move that you will be given an opportunity to find. So without further ado, let's check it out. It's a very short game but a very enjoyable one. So Jan opens with e4. We have c5. Sorry about that. Going for the Sicilian defense, we have knight to f3, d6, and now bishop to b5 check. Going for the canal attack, we have bishop to d7, and now bishop captures on d7. We have queen captures and castle, so nothing out of the ordinary here. We have knight to f6 and rook to e1. We have knight to c6, adding more pressure to the center here, and c3 now, preparing to further expand in the center with the d4. We have e6 and now d4, and this has all been played before. Nothing new here. So captures, and now d5. Black manages to get this d5 moving, and now if white allows captures, or if white captures on d5, then white can't really claim any advantage of the white pieces. So he has to play e5, he has to advance the pawn, and now knight to e4. So for the moment he gives black this very strong e4 square, but he kicks it away with knight b to d2. So now this knight can't really remain here, so Bacrot trades here on d2. We have knight captures, bishop captures, and now there are over 400 games in the database with this exact same position, just bishop to e7 castles, and the game continues. But here we have a5 by Etienne, and it is now as of move 12 that we have a completely new game. So let's see what Etienne's idea is here. Nepo continues with rook to c1. He develops a rook into the game, and now a4. Maybe with some ideas of a3, trying to, either force something like b3, or if captures, then the rook will capture, and then you will have a very, very active rook on the a file. So here a3, Nepo doesn't allow this, and now bishop to e7. Just continuing development. If you're considering knight to a5 seems like a very nice idea, then bring the knight over to b3 or c4. White will very happy give up the dark square bishop for this knight, because it isn't really doing anything. White's pawns are on dark squares, and this bishop, it's better grabbing the knight. And now, for example, captures queen d2, we attack the rook, and after the rook moves, now we're gonna double up rooks on the c file, while the black king is still in the center of the board. So maybe something to consider. So instead of this, like I said, bishop to e7, and now h4. So what do you play here? We have castles, and now rook to c3, already throwing a rook lift into the game. Now the knight can move. You can bring maybe the rook to g3. Who knows what might happen? We have rook f to c8 by Bacrot, and now rook to d3. First we have to defend the d4 pawn, and now our knight can move. So here we have b5, just further expanding on the queen side, but Nepo says that this game is not about the queen side, and he throws in a nice knight to g5. A knight to g5 is just a barbarian move. There's no reason for it. It's just there to annoy black, and good things might happen. So here Bacrot goes h6. He wants to kick the knight away, but also checking if Nepo is maybe interested in some crazy knight captures on f7 action. And we know that Nepo is always interested, but here it doesn't work, and it's very easy to see why. Because after knight captures, king captures, and now, yes, we can bring a queen into the game with check, king g8, and bishop captures on h6. Now black will not capture and allow rook to g3, but black will just play bishop to f8, and now there is sufficient defense here. You will be able, you have plenty of time to bring your other pieces into the game, and black will just have a winning game. So instead, Nepo has to go back. We have knight to h3, and now king to h8. Now the rooks can also join the defense via moves like rook to g8. So here we have queen to g4 by Nepo, now bringing the queen into the attack. Of course, that's why the king did the sidestep. Now you can bring the rooks into the game, but now he doesn't. And the best thing to do actually here would be bishop to f8, and just defending the g7 pawn, and the black is defending sufficiently. You can maybe bring the knight to e7 to f5. So it should work. However, here Bacrot played f5, and this is a bit too premature. Here we have queen to g6 now, with the idea of just bishop captures on h6, so you have to defend against this. So here we have bishop captures on h4, and now has black successfully defended against this idea by capturing on h4. It's hard to tell, but feel free to pause the video here and try to find the only winning move for Nepo here in this amazing position while I give you a couple of seconds. So for those of you who were able to do it, congratulations on not grabbing this pawn, because it doesn't work. I'm going to show you why it doesn't work, because after captures, captures, and captures with check, we can block with the queen, and now you don't get to pick up the bishop here. So that's a problem. Even after queen captures on e6, yes, you've made some damage. There's a passed e-pawn, but knight e7, everything is nicely defended. This defends this, this defends this. We're going to play rook to c6, attack the queen. This rook is coming to g8. So black has everything covered. And, well, if all is played well, black should not have a problem defending this. However, if after bishop captures on h4 you found queen to h5, then congratulations, because this is the only move that wins. It's a very sneaky idea. It's the one that Nepo found, and now white is definitely winning. So congratulations to all of you. But now... there's no good square for the bishop. Queen captures bishop is coming, and you don't have a good square. For example, you can't place the bishop here because the h-pawn is pinned. You will not be able to capture back. This is covered by the pawn. If you play bishop to e7, then the queen no longer covers the 7th rank. Then we just capture, and we're just winning. Even if bishop to f8 now, we're still... able to do a nice discovery here. So just bishop captures with a double check, king captures, and now rook to g3 will be checkmate, because the queen covers here, pawn covers here, and the rook and queen cover the g and h file. So after queen to h5, you don't really have a good move here. You have to do something, but there is nothing to be done. If queen e7 trying to guard the bishop like this, just g3 and the bishop is lost. So there's no saving this bishop. So in the game, Bacrot decided after queen to h5, let's go back all the way, bishop to d8. Now at least my queen still covers this, but it's still not enough. Nepo captures on h6, we have g captures. Instead of capturing, you could also just move the king, but it's still not enough. Just bishop captures and rook to g3 is coming. There's no defense against this. It's simply too much to handle. So instead, after bishop captures on h6, g captures on h6 was played. This is the only way to do it. But now Nepo just played rook to g3, again the absolute monster move. And it was in this position on move 24 that Etienne Bacrot resigned the game, as there is nothing more to be done here. The problem is this is being threatened, and there is no way to defend it. If you try something like king to h7, we're just going to play queen g6 check, king h8, and this will be checkmate now. And on the other hand, if you try defending with the queen, let's say you try something like this, then the e8 square is available. So queen e8 check, and now again, you have to play this, queen captures, and g8 will be checkmate. So after rook to g3, there really is no way to play this, and like I said, it was in this position that Etienne Bacrot resigned the game. So yeah, really, really impressive stuff by Nepo, and you can see how good things happen. Even when you're playing your own games, you always have to do this. If your opponent allows it at such a position, you know, just throw it in, knight to g5. Like, it might not be doing anything, but well, it created a weakness in the position. Black doesn't have to play h6, but then you just allow this knight to remain here, of course. But Black did play h6, you weakened Black's position, and then you used this weakness later on to hone in on it and create further more weaknesses, and then, well, you've seen what happened in the game. So try and use this in your own games. So yeah, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Keep using hashtag suggestion to suggest any game that is played anywhere in the world. If it's a nice one, we're going to cover it. I would like to thank John Austin, Ben Blackburn, Purna, Sujay, Cherukuri, Abhinav, Vishak, Iyappan, and Atul Dingara for a contribution to my channel. Thank you a lot. I really appreciate it. As usual, you can check 2 of my previous videos here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Continuing the coverage of the Morphy saga, checking up on your wonderful suggestions, and whatever else happens in the chess world. So thank you all. I will see you soon, and have an excellent rest of your day. And do join us on the tournament tomorrow. The links are in the description below. See you soon.